This video is sponsored by Saily, but more on that later.
Aaron, see well? No, lads, do you know what I was saying? Good, not quite on the level of last night today. Warm enough though? Yeah. Wasn't it? Too warm, I think. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? When near the Arctic Circle, you can still sleep basically with nothing. Yeah.
Morning all. It's the start of the second of 3 really hardcore days, 8 to 9 hour days. So we're going to be making our way along the west coast, just all the way up. Probably within 45 minutes we're going to be into the Arctic Circle. That's a really big deal. Yesterday, slept well, not amazingly, but pretty well, and you just have all the time drizzle, which means if you need to get up in the middle of the night for the loo like I did, yeah, you're kind of lying there in bed for about half an hour thinking, oh, I can't be bothered, and then it just becomes impossible to ignore, so you have to put your boots on, put something else on so you don't get soaked through, take it off, get back in the tent, yada, yada, yada. It all becomes a chore, but that was a really amazing place to spend the night. And although it's got this constant drizzle, I'm in the middle of a road here, filming. The tripod's right in the middle of the road. It's just no one around. All I can hear, I've only just figured out this morning, I heard the rattling of cans all night, and I've just realised someone has about a group of 10 sheep that they just let roam around these heavily wooded hillsides. I'll quickly show you in front of me here because it's very moody with all of the mist just sitting on top of the water. It's got an almost eerie feeling, and then you can just see, where are they? There, the group of sheep that have just been bashing around all evening, just living by the side of that misty water's edge there. Very atmospheric. Right, I'll go and help pack up. You can see the van just over there, tripod there. I've been here for about 10 minutes, and not a soul. It's amazing, isn't it? Not a soul. Look at the roads that we'll be covering. This video is sponsored by Saily. Saily is an eSIM app providing eSIMs for over 200 countries around the world. You can think of an eSIM like a digital SIM. So gone are the days when you get to a new country, have to go and find somewhere to buy a physical SIM card, put that physical SIM card in your phone, take your current one out. That's all gone. Everything now goes through the Saily app. It's all seamless and so straightforward. For this trip to the Arctic Circle that I'm currently on, for example, I've used my Saily app or my Saily eSIM package for every single day. Right from the first second when I got into France, I've been using it for uploading data-intensive files such as videos onto Dropbox, watching YouTube in the evenings, replying to emails, using Google Maps probably for 8 to 10 hours a day. It's the biggest revelation, I would say, for travel that I've come across in the past few years. It's an essential bit of kit. I would now never go abroad without having an eSIM. This is how I set my eSIM up before I headed off for the trip. When I was in the queue for the ferry from Dover to Calais, go onto my Saily app, choose for me the best eSIM that would work for me. For this, I chose the European SIM, which covers the vast majority of European countries, because I knew I'd be going to 8 different countries. So choose the SIM card that works for me. Then I choose the duration, so I picked 15 days. I then picked the unlimited data option as well, because everything I do is so hugely data intensive. And that's it. Click to buy the eSIM plan, and then Saily has a little message that pops up saying the second you get into France, your eSIM will activate. And lo and behold, as soon as I got off the ferry into France, my SIM was activated and I was seamlessly connected. And I'm connected through every single country that I've been through without having to do any changes at all. So if you're interested in giving Saily a try, you can download the app. Just make sure your phone's compatible. I think pretty much all iPhones, all Android phones are compatible now, but do double check. Pick the data plan that suits you. Use code Freddy for 15% discount. And that's it. You shall stay seamlessly connected wherever you go. You can also scan this QR code as well, and I cannot recommend it enough. Give Saily a try next time you go traveling. We made a quick stop off because Rich's helmet was steaming up to such an extent he couldn't see anything. So new helmet bought, and people are taping up their trousers to stop the water getting in, because it's just relentless. Soft to medium weight of drizzle at the moment. So people doing all they can to make sure they stay as dry and warm as possible, because that's going to be even more apparent probably in about 3 hours time. I think there could be a big drop off in temperature. I went to set up my camera with the microphones, but water has got everywhere, and my output for my phone has stopped working because of water damage. So it says I have to leave it for about 3 to 4 hours. So I'm speaking without a mic. Apologies for the audio, but we've made it to the Arctic Circle. We're properly into the snowline now. It feels almost otherworldly here. We parked the bikes up right in front of the Arctic Circle Centre. Welcome, and you can see snow all around. It's been, I'm not going to lie, a brutal first 2 hours. I'm going to go inside and see if I can find some warmer weather gear, because I'm soaking and I'm pretty cold. Do you all recognise that little Royal Enfield Bullet 500? That's the German gentleman that we saw 1 or 2 days ago. I don't want to say it, he beat us to it on his little 500. Sorry for the next couple of hours, the sound will be bad until my phone dries out from the water damage, but this is the visitor centre at the Arctic Circle. They've got a little cafe here, and everyone's just warming up and putting on extra layers because a few people, honestly myself included, are starting to get really cold, so every single layer's out there. I'll warm up the coffee, grab a bite to eat, and soak in the fact that we are here in the Arctic Circle. This is incredible. Our bikes made it all the way to the Arctic Circle. It's amazing. Get him in here. This is the German gentleman who's come on his Bullet 500. Germany, he went to Nordkapp last year, but now he's going to head off to Lapland, Finland, and carry on his little Royal Enfield. So, I mean, we wish him the best of luck. We're going to fork off in different directions, but that's a serious level trip to do on such a bike. Hello all, you join me. God, it's got to be a week or so into the future. You can tell the weather's taken a massive turn for the better. It's a scorcher. I'm now in Denmark, but I wanted to make this video and add it in to this video right now because there have been a few comments questioning whether I get along with the El Lobo team, and I just wanted to add this video in to clarify. The El Lobo team and I got along like an absolute house on fire. They welcomed me into the group immediately, like I'd known them for 2 years, and every single evening we'd stay up chatting and joking away. So any indication that you may feel that we hadn't got along during the trip, I promise you that is purely my failing from a film point of view, because a warmer, kinder group of people, more fantastic group I could not have wished to do the trip with. It was an absolute pleasure. I was a fully integrated member of the team. I had full voting for any of the decisions that we made, and I feel like it was just every single day riding with them an absolute pleasure. So I hope it doesn't come across like we didn't get along well, because that simply is not the case. I feel like I've made friends for life with every single one of them. I'll be staying in contact with all of them. We had a great South African filmmaker called Peter. Flew all the way from South Africa with all of the professional gear, cameras, drones, things like that, and it was his sole job to film and document the trip and turn it into a proper film length video for the entire trip there and back. So he was doing lots of interviews with all of us and things like that on a daily basis, multiple times a day. So I left all of that kind of filming with the interviews to him, and I just kept it very simple so I didn't double up on his filming. So there will be a full film coming out, I think, on El Lobo's channel, and maybe even somewhere else, with all of that side, with the interviews and things like that. But I just wanted to jump in and say, just the nicest group of people, and I really hope I portrayed that, and if I haven't, I promise you it's purely my failing.
yeah, there is gym on the other side, yeah. Hold on. I'm getting there.
Date. About an hour and a half after we last stopped at that big high place, and it's just been horrible every single second. Torrential, well, not torrential rain, but just incessant rain that doesn't stop. It's cold. My waterproofs have completely breached. Zero fun. It's all now just about the challenge of trying to complete this, but actual fun and joy, no, doesn't exist now. It's mindless mile munching because you can't see anything anyway. So let's see what the rest of the day brings, but there's been no fun here at all. I just want to try and complete the challenge. I don't know if summer actually exists here. I think that summer exists only in name sense, as in, oh, what's the season? It's summer now, because it's so cold, it's so wet. I just can't believe summer as a season exists. You know, when it's winter in England and you get to May and you're so excited, the sun's out and you can feel the strength in it and the flowers are coming out. That doesn't exist here. I truly believe it. It's almost maddening. Hopefully the microphone works. I haven't even checked yet. I understand what it's like now in Norway. It takes with one hand in terms of giving you appalling weather, and then it gifts you with the other hand. Scenery like this is only about 20 minutes later, and it's serene. Waterfall in the background, just houses dotted along the waterfront and clear water. It's stunning. And now calm, because it's only spitting lightly. I'll quickly demonstrate over here the insane changeability and dramaticness of Norway. So I was about to come over and show you that the weather's clearing up. 2 minutes later, it stopped clearing up, and now it's grey again. I'll start on this side. Here, serenity. Beautiful waterfall, just cascading down onto a little village with perfect red wooden houses, luscious greenery and some trees. But then you get further up, the trees stop, and that's snow-capped mountains in the background, a few more lovely houses over there, and then all in the same view, just behind that stunning Defender there, they are massive snow-capped mountains, all with very, very low-hanging black and grey clouds. So that will be appalling weather up there, again, with waterfalls cascading down. So you've got serenity with insane dramaticness all in one place. The weather changes with the flip of a coin here. It's crazy. You don't know what kind of clothes to put on. The only advice I can give is basically just wear the warmest clothes that are completely waterproof, because almost guaranteed you're going to get caught in a storm. that was a tough day. 10 hours, pretty much 10 hours of riding. And it got to a point, I think about 4 p.m, we got on a ferry. We had a vote, and the vote was either stay in a cabin or you wild camp for another night, and stay in a cabin won. It's been miserable today, you know, it's been raining non-stop. Even now, just outside me talking, it doesn't look like it's raining, but the air is so thick with water that I'm getting wet even just standing here. 1,600 miles covered, and incredibly tomorrow is a longer day than today, so it's good that we're going to get dry and just sort all our stuff out before the final massive push to make it to the Nordkapp. So all the bikes parked out. We've got a cabin which sleeps 9 of us, so this is, I think, £36 per person. It works out. Beautiful spot right in front of the water. Before I go and chill for a bit, I'll give you a cabin tour, and I'll quickly show you around this campsite because they are nice, the Norwegian campsites. This one is right in front of this massive lake. I mean, literally we are lakeside, we're waterside, so I'll take you in here, our place for the night. Oh, one other thing, I saw a reindeer. First ever wild reindeers I've seen in my life, and that was right up at the top. I completely forgot to say, when we reached that, I don't even know what it's called, Arctic Circle building, literally about 300 meters after that, there was a group of about 6 reindeer just crossing the road. Quite magical. The cabin, traditional, wood with red paint. That's pretty much the style they go for in Norway, which is beautiful. Little area here where we're just storing everything and desperately trying to get it dry for tomorrow morning. I mean, the whole house is just stuff trying to dry everywhere. Kitchen area. Peter just working away as always. Well done, Peter. Chilling area, bit of whiskey. Joe's just got the fire going. George is resting himself. Well done, George. And our little area there, just behind Aaron. It was so relentless today, the rain, that after about 3 to 4 hours, it got through everyone's waterproof. So there isn't one person, not one, who came out of today dry, and everyone wore proper waterproofs. It's just that kind of a day. I had my wallet, my laptop, and my passport all get completely soaked, so I'm just trying to dry all of those out now and hope that they can all be salvaged. My microphone stopped working earlier as well, but I think they're good now, so hopefully in the morning, after drying in that nice warm cabin, everything should be fine. But it just gets into everything, the water. It's so incessant. So this is the camp spot, reception area there with a little shop. All of these cabins, this seems to be a real feature. You've got places where you can set up a tent and places where you can rent a cabin. Very, very similar to a couple of the campsites we've stayed at before. Okay, I think I may go and buy some food in here. It's so Norwegian, waterfalls everywhere. I'll go buy some food in here, then if I've got anything else to show you later, I'll show you in a bit. Thanks to Saily for sponsoring this video. Remember, if you're interested in checking out Saily, you can go to saily.com/Freddy or download the app and use code Freddy, block capitals, for 15% discount.